Congratulations.
Thanks.
Convincing win. Your thoughts?
Very good match, I think, for me today. Probably the best match, honestly, I've played since like before Wimbledon. I feel like from the start to finish. So that was encouraging. I was just hitting the ball, doing everything well, executing my strategy very well. And yeah, got through it pretty quick.
Okay, congratulations. Hands, David.
Just congratulations on the win. To that point, just as you were preparing to come to a tournament like this that you want to do really well at, and the summer is not necessarily going the way that you planned, I'm just curious how you were feeling coming into this tournament, and maybe the relief that you feel to be first into the quarterfinals.
I felt terrible coming into this tournament, honestly. I had a practice Wednesday, and I literally, I think I hit with Sabalenka. She just killed me. I was playing terrible. And then we went out for like a second hour, and I stopped like halfway through the hour and was like, I'm done. Like, this isn't good. Like, I don't know why I'm out here practicing. It was hard because that was the day after the mix finished. So we were switching to different balls, and I was a little frustrated. It was like the day was really cold and windy. And I was like, yeah, I'm done for today. And so I kind of walked off the court, like, not very happy. Went and did an escape room with my friends and had like 2 drinks and was like, I need to just chill and stop getting so frustrated and like overthinking all these practices. But no, I mean, I played well in like the mix. So I think that helped. And then besides that bad day, I hadn't really been playing some good tennis, and I didn't even feel like I was practicing very well for the last few weeks. And it's been really tough. So it's compared to last year, it's been like a complete 180 with how I felt. But after, I think working my way into these matches and having some good convincing wins, I mean, that's always going to give myself some confidence. So I'm really happy that today I felt a lot more like myself on court, which I think was the most important.
Have you done a lot of escape rooms?
Okay.
Yeah, I do a lot of escape rooms.
Brian.
When you came in here at this point last year, I think you knew what we were going to ask.
Oh, yeah. What do you have to do to reach a semifinal or something like that?
How much of it is a relief that we have to talk about something else now? That
It's so nice that you guys don't have to ask me that. I mean, no, it's great. It's again another quarterfinal, another second week of a major, and I'm just happy that I'm here. Like I said, I haven't been feeling my best on court, so to be able to come back and make another quarterfinal here is something I'm definitely proud of. And of course, I want to go further and do more and win the tournament. But I feel like just on like a personal kind of goal level, I'm happy with the way I've been able to kind of turn some of my tennis around the last few weeks. And I feel like playing my way into this tournament and then, being able to play one of my better matches in a 4th round is great thing to happen. So,
Robert.
Your mixed doubles partner, Jack Draper, had to pull out, unfortunately, last week with an arm injury. Have you spoken to him? And can you just talk about the challenge as an elite player of trying to be fit and ready during a slam fortnight?
Yeah, I kind of knew his arm wasn't great in the doubles. He kind of alluded like maybe it wasn't 100% yet. But then obviously he played his first round, and then I saw him and was talking to him, and then like an hour later he pulled out. And so, I just sent him a text and was like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, hope you're doing okay. Hope you get healthy and, all that stuff. So, it's really tough. I mean, especially for the guys, it seems like he gets injured a lot. I don't know. And that is unfortunate when you can't stay healthy. So that's something I feel like I've done really well over the last 3 to 4 years, and why everyone asks how I'm so consistent. It's because I've been able to stay relatively healthy and been able to play a lot of tennis. And not everyone needs to play a ton of matches, but for me, it definitely helps me and it gives me a lot of confidence and helps with the consistency that I've been able to have over the last few years. And that was always my issue when I was younger, is I couldn't stay healthy. So I definitely, after my my hip surgery, I definitely had kind of this like awakening moment where rehab, sucks. And I was like, I cannot do this again. Like, I have to do everything in my power to stay healthy, or else I'm never going to give myself a chance to go out there and compete. So I really reworked like my fitness, my nutrition. And it wasn't that I was doing anything wrong before. I don't think I was the most professional in the sense that I didn't understand like all of the things I had to be doing or needed to be doing. And that was just something, I don't know, when I was younger, nowadays you see like 13, 14-year-old girls. I mean, it's like instilled. They have a whole team. They have a physio. They have rehab. They have programs. I don't know. I missed that gap or window or whatever it was. So I just didn't realize how much more I could be doing. And so I definitely kind of had a rude awakening after that, to be like, okay, like I really need to focus on this and invest in myself. And, that was kind of when my parents were still pretty involved in my tennis. And I kind of was like, you know what, I'm going to make all my decisions from now on, because I wanted that to be on me. And I wanted to really understand what I needed in my body and not really listen to anyone else. And, I was like 24 at the time. So I felt like that was kind of really pivotal for me in terms of staying really healthy. And, I've had a few little nagging things over the last year. Obviously stuff's going to happen, but to that point, if it's the most important thing. I mean, if you're not healthy and you can't give yourself the best chance to play, you're not going to really see the results or see maybe your full potential.
Great.
Can you talk a little bit about what it's been like to see Taylor Townsend's great success here, both in singles and doubles, especially after the challenges she's faced through her career?
Yeah, it's so nice. She played really well the other night against Mira. We all know she can play really good tennis. She's a little unorthodox when she's serving well with the lefty serve. She comes into the net so well. When she's confident and feeling good, she's so dangerous and you don't really want to play her. So it's been really nice to see her kind of come through, especially since the last time she had, a big result here was so long ago. I think before she had her son as well. And I feel like the last few years that I've talked to her, she just seems like really happy. And I am just happy for her. Like she, loves being a mom. She doesn't really play a full schedule all the time, but I think she likes to be home. She likes to do things her way. And she's always been like that for as long as I can remember, whether it's starting at the net with the volleys or whatever, she's done that forever. So she's always kind of, stepped to her own beat. And, I, commend her for sticking to that. And, when you see the results kind of follow, it's really nice to see. And I think she was a little unfortunate. I think earlier she had a concussion thing or something that took her out for a while. And I think it's taken her a little time to get back into her form. But, that and then her success on doubles, we always knew like she was going to be number one in the world in doubles if she just had a good partner and played. And so now she's accomplished that and won slams in that. And it's just cool. We grew up around the same age and we've always been pretty good friends. So it's nice to see.
Okay. Tamani and then Willie. Tamani.
Okay, just a great performance. The other day you mentioned that as a top player you get more practice time compared to when you weren't one.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like when you first came on the tour and I guess less known and all of that stuff? Was there ever a period when it was hard to get practice time, or just when you wanted to
yeah
practice?
I was on that back court, those practice courts, like 20, are they 20? Yeah, I was back in the park, smelling all the weed and smelling all the smells of New York City has to offer. They were like completely different courts too. They were like so fast and they were nothing like the match courts. But yeah, I've definitely seen a shift in my practice courts and my times and what courts that I can get now that I'm a top player. And, I guess you could say it's unfair a little bit, but I also think sometimes you've earned that right. There's a lot of players that have been in that situation and now they're on the better courts. So yeah, I was definitely out there in the weeds, kind of fighting for my life like everybody else.
Figuratively and literally.
I saw a video of you two that you're talking about music taste, and you mentioned that you like R&B. He seemed to have no idea who SZA is.
He didn't know. I don't know. I've been in a big R&B. I listen to everything, first of all. But yeah, SZA, Kalani, I like, vibes like that. It keeps me very mellow and very chill before a match. He didn't know who that was.
So do you, before a match, would you listen to R&B?
Yeah, for sure. I listen to stuff that, I don't know, is more vibey. I don't need to get amped up. Again, it's just so hard for me to portray a lot of energy that it kind of zaps me and I feel a little bit too much, which is crazy because you probably would never think it looks like that, but it feels like that to me. I probably look exactly the same, but I definitely more of a vibe for music before matches.
All right, last question, Willie.
You mentioned Taylor, but we don't know if she'll be your next opponent. She could be. If it's Barbora, how would you describe what you've seen in her development from an expert doubles player to a singles major champion?
Yeah, Barbara is she's so hard to play. I was watching her match against Emma the other night, and it's like she disguises her shots so well. She's really crafty. She changes the direction of the ball. She can serve well. She does everything really well, and it's sometimes she can be a little, I think, like up and down in matches. Like you see kind of these stretches where she'll just like reel off like multiple games and then she kind of goes down, and it's really hard to play people like that. But it feels a little bit this year like she's kind of doing what she's done in the past when she's gone deep, is she's managing, the 3 sets really well and winning and kind of figuring out ways to win. And I think that's when she's her most dangerous, because I saw she was down 3-0 the other night, and I looked at the score and I was like, that means absolutely nothing with Barbara, because I know that she can just string winners off like left and right. And I think her game is very unorthodox. That's why she's beaten a lot of top players as well when she's playing well, because you just don't know what to expect. And she disguises the ball very well. So it's always, to me, she's been always very frustrating to play. I know I've beaten her a few times, but she's also beaten me the last few times. And it can just, frustrate you because you're not really sure what to expect. There's not a lot of patterns, I guess you could say. I feel like when I play her. So I don't know who's going to win that match. No idea. Honestly, I would not bet anything on that match. It's like flip a coin, but it'll be interesting to see how they both handle, going deep into a slam for Taylor, and then how Barbara, like I feel like she's starting to play pretty good the last few months. So I'm interested to see just, how the match goes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.